the Ma'Khia Bryant story, and boy, oh freaking boy. Okay, so with that, for me, I'm of course on Ma'Khia Bryant's side. That's just on her. But what was just disheartening to me on social media was just that I felt like people were like, oh, she, you know, he did what he had to do, he did what had to be done. And it's just like, jeez. Like, I understand when you see that picture, because first of all, in a video, and that's what's so important. I don't want to get too off topic. I'm gonna try to stay on topic, but y'all gotta be mindful of just try, like, not everything is worth an argument. Not everything is worth a fight. These things be so little, so small. Like, when you watch the video in full, everything happens so fast. I think that video is literally 30 seconds. Like, when people's like, she tried to stab the girl in the pink, if you watch the video in full, you wouldn't even notice it. That's how fast things happen. Like, you ever seen a fight? A fight lasts like 10 seconds. But the person that's in the fight, like, when you in a fight, it feels like it lasts forever. But all these things be happening like this. Like, I feel like that whole video was just like people running out. Somebody gets stopped. Then I see this, and then boom, boom, boom. That's the main thing you see is the cop just shoot Ma'Khia, and it's just like, and I don't like watching these videos. Like, really don't watch the video. But then I'm like, ugh, let me see, because it's too much stories. It's too much stories going around about the story, and I don't like to not be educated or know exactly what I'm talking about. And somebody be like, well, did you watch a video? And I'd be like, no, I didn't. And if I'm gonna come up here on my platform and talk about something, I want to make sure I know what I'm talking about for the most part. So I just want to say too, like, just like I said, that video happened so quickly. Those arguments, these fights, like, people be wanting to fight. You be wanting to be tough. I be wanting to fight people too sometimes. But you don't have to fight everybody. You know, everything. These things happen so small. Like, I was just saying too, like, not just saying, like, even me and my husband, we argue, and I don't be even remembering what we be arguing about. Like, I swear everything I love, like, half the time I don't even remember what we beefing about, like, at all. Like, I feel like when you get older, you rarely remember what you argue with people about. Like, I feel like when I was in high school, I would definitely remember every argument from, like, freshman year, senior year, junior year, whatever. Like, I could remember something, an argument I had 3 years ago with somebody. But when you get older, certain shit is just remedial to you. Like, I don't be remembering half the shit I be mad about. Like, if I'm beefing with somebody today, some people I remember exactly what the fuck they did, cause you know. But for the most part, I don't be remembering. Like, I be like, yo, I ain't talked to this person in mad long. Why we beefing again? Like, I'm dead. I'm really like that. Like, I really like, and I feel like we all are like that, because the things we be mad at each other about be dumb. It be dumb shit. That's why you don't be remembering. If you can't remember it, it's probably dumb as fuck, or it's traumatizing. But I feel like this is not statistically proven. I feel like 80% of the time some dumb shit. I'm just putting it out there. You feel me? So yeah. But let's get back to the video at hand. So for me, what really disheartened me is I saw like clips of her on TikTok just doing her hair and doing the little dance. I'm just like, yo, she's a 16-year-old girl. Like, she looks so young, so innocent, so just like a kid. Like, she's a kid. Like, she's just a kid. Like, that's what she was giving me. Just like she was just a kid. So for me, if I see just a kid run out of a house and try to stab a grown lady, for me, and she was gonna stab her, for me, I'm not gonna say, oh, she deserved to get killed. I'm not gonna say the cop did his job. I'm sorry, I'm not saying that. For me, if I see a 16-year-old doing something, I'm not saying that it's right for her to stab her. But for my mentality, I'm like, what was this girl going through? That was my first thought. And that's my problem with people, is like, y'all don't even take the time to know somebody's story. Y'all just want to criminalize somebody or bring somebody down. I'm not saying what she did was right. She shouldn't have to stab nobody. But a 16-year-old girl that be on TikTok gelling her edges and freaking just making up dances, eyes of just a youthful angel, something ain't adding up. That's just me. There's a story behind that. So don't try to make it seem like, oh, because I see people saying she want to be grown and that. Like, she didn't want to be grown. Something clearly happened that made her want to do that. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm just saying we don't even know her story. Number two, he shouldn't have shot her 3 times. That was overkill. Number one. And these officers be acting like they don't know how to aim. Like, they know how to aim. Like, I was telling my mother, me and family, we went to the gun range before. I think I brought this up on a podcast or whatever. In Jersey, in New York, they have a gun range, but you only can shoot like a rifle. And in Jersey, you can shoot like a Glock. So we shot up a Glock, you feel me? So, let me tell y'all. That's how I know they train these cops how to aim. And this is why it's so important for, just for us to get guns off the street in general. I was number one mad scared when I put the gun in my hand. That was first and foremost. Mad scared, like sweating. Like I was literally sweating. And then I don't feel comfortable doing gun motions on camera, but okay. So they teach you how to hold the gun. They teach you how to hold it properly. They teach you how to push the thing back. Like everything is so strategic or whatever. And even when you think you could see your target, if you don't train yourself how to aim, you're still going to shoot wrong. When I started shooting, for me, I felt like I was aiming the gun because I was trying to aim at the target, like the main target in the middle. I felt what I was looking at was the target, but I was shooting in the air. You get what I'm saying? Or I felt like I was aiming at the target, but I was shooting the arm. So I'm pretty sure if you ever been to a gun range or anybody you know, if you have to train yourself to use a gun. And this is why we also need to take guns off the street, because hood people, gangbangers, thugs, they be buying guns to protect themselves, but they never trained themselves how to use that gun. So this is that's what that taught me when I went to the gun range, is that so when people buy guns for protection illegally, don't get no training, don't learn how to shoot a gun, don't know how to do none of that. This is why babies is getting killed in the street, people is getting hit by strays, people is getting hit but the target, because they think they're aiming at the target, but they're aiming at somebody else because they're not trained to learn how to aim. Okay? So that's one of my big things too. So that's what that taught me. So I know that for a fact. They're definitely training officers how to aim. And I was thinking too, why all these people that be getting shot, all these black people that be getting shot in the back? I heard that they allegedly, because you know it's always false information flying everywhere, that they teach them to aim at the back when they feel in danger or something like that, like a main part of the body. Like I don't have the full terminology, but my thing is like, did you feel you were in danger? Because he was about to stab another person. You couldn't have shot sis on her arm. These officers know how to aim. Trust me. How all of them aiming at the back? They know how to aim. I'm telling you. I'm pretty sure they're very trained on how to shoot. Like, highly trained. They get a lot of training. Don't they get, like... I don't even know. But I'm pretty sure one of the top things that they teaching the police is how to aim. I would hope and pray. And they know how to aim at the arm. They know how to aim at the leg, the head, bitch, the back, all that. So I'm not impressed with this aiming shit. Because if y'all motherfuckers don't know how to aim, then y'all shouldn't be on the force. You know what I'm saying? So I just felt like... And then he shot... Boop, 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 boop. Like, you had to shoot her 3 times? Like, all you gotta do is... Once you got somebody down, you can put the handcuffs on them. That's it. Like, you don't have to kill people. Like, they be... And then the scary part, too, is, like, we call the police, like, to help a situation, and then they make it worse. Like, you done killed somebody. Like, I don't know. I just, like, can we call the police? Like, I'm scared to call the police. I don't know about y'all. Like, if something was to ever happen, I'm like, should I call the police? They might shoot me by mistake. Like, I ain't interested in getting shot. I ain't interested in getting killed either or. I honestly don't even want to be tased. Like, if I'm not the target, I don't want to be bothered. I want to be helped. Okay? So, yeah, just prayers for Ma'Khia Bryant, you know. And y'all gotta remember, these is people kids. Like, people kids. Like, these are actual children. Like, a lot of y'all be missing the point. That's what's wrong with America right now, is that we so desensitized to things. Our bodies are so trained to watch a story and then criticize it, instead of see a story and then be sympathetic and be like, dang, that's a kid. Or I feel like a lot of us watch a story like immediately like, oh, she should have got shot. Oh, she about to stop the girl. Like, no, stop. and be like, damn, she's 16. She was like, think about that. Like, that's somebody's daughter. That's somebody's sister. That might be somebody's niece, somebody's friend. That's a kid, like a whole kid. Like, that's crazy. Like, and then they had the mother up there on the news. The shit just happened, because I'm like, dang, she looked like mad chill, but I'm like, she probably in shock. She don't even got the time to really grasp what just happened. They got cameras in her face. Like, this shit is insane. Like, y'all gonna learn. Like this shit is not a joke. Life is not a joke. Like, a lot of people need to be held accountable for the shit they be doing. You feel me? Like, for real. Like, y'all just got cameras in her face. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing, because I'm looking at her mother, I'm like, she just looked normal. Like, you get what I'm saying? Then I found out the incident really happened that day. Like her face just seemed, like, when she was talking, it just seemed, she didn't seem sad, like 100% sad. But I was like, oh, because all this shit just happened. So she's in the first stage of grief, which is like shock, having accepted, like, that's why she didn't look like a death just took place to me. And I know what that's like. So I'm just like, yo, imagine just cameras in your face. Like, this is crazy. Like, this shit is really crazy. And the foster system too, she was in foster care. Not saying that all foster parents are bad, because they aren't. You know, I know people who have foster kids and they have an amazing life. You feel me? But you know, her situation probably wasn't perfect. And we don't know her story. And I just want to say, you know, prayers to her and Ma'Khia Bryant. Justice for Ma'Khia Bryant. I don't know how that's going to end. I don't know what's going to happen with that. But, you know, God going to handle it, you know. Right? Whoever needs to be held accountable eventually get held accountable. Karma is real, you know. What you reap is what you sow. So, and that's the other thing, too. The intro is too long. That I want to talk about too sometimes, like in these videos as well. You know, I know how it is, because I'm black, obviously, to want to just always just call people out on their wrongdoing and put them in their place. Granted, the police should not be shooting black people, period. You shouldn't shoot nobody just because they're using excessive force. Like, you can tase them, you can just put cuffs on them, you can, I don't know, like, I don't know specifically, but killing them ain't the answer. Like, yeah, I just don't understand why we don't shoot arms and even the foot. Like, the foot, that's great. Jesus. But even, you shouldn't have to take out your gun in every instance. Like, but I do want to say that I feel like, because we just, like, we keep watching the news, we keep seeing black people getting disrespected, we feel like, yo, I'm not getting disrespected. I'm not going to be one of those black people with these cops. And it's just like, for me, you don't have to go back and forth with the police. People will always get held accountable. Your job is not to hold nobody accountable for something. Period. That's just my opinion. Like, unless it's like personal stuff with your friends and family. I'm not saying in that sense, but even sometimes too, you know, sometimes y'all gotta let shit roll off your shoulders. That person is going to be held accountable eventually. I'm telling you, everything is a revolving circle. Like, don't try to put certain things in your hands. That's not for you to handle, baby love. Like, that's not for you to handle. That person's gonna get handled eventually. I'm telling you, karma is a bitch. That person is gonna get handled. You don't have to handle it. You don't have to deal with it. Just remain calm. Just remain calm. Remain calm. Be nice. They're gonna get handled. These motherfuckers, even I see it today. Even when I watch the news, even when I see a lot of stuff going on now these days, like, I seen something happen at my school at Buff State with racism. And I'm just thinking, when I was in Buffalo, New York, there was so much racism and things that we experienced, but we never spoke on it. And I'm seeing now that they're speaking on it. And I'm like, yo, y'all motherfuckers better leave black people fucking alone. I'm telling y'all, everything is going to be handled. Everything. We watching it before our eyes. Is it getting better? No. You see Derek Chauvin, he's guilty on all counts. Things are gonna get better. I really believe. I know a lot of people like this is gonna be this way forever. People's gonna get held accountable. Things is all. Y'all think people could just be evil and get away with it and be racist and nasty and get away with it? Y'all really believe that? No, you don't. I'm telling you. Stop putting things in your hands that don't need to be put in your hands. Let's just put it that way. But that intro was a long hello, good morning. You just finished watching a clip from a podcast called Britt Says, the podcast. BRITTSAYS. If you want to watch that full episode, you can click right up here. And if you want to stream and listen to Britt Says, the podcast, it is available on all DSPs. Such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Deezer, iHeartRadio, anything you can imagine, you'll find Britt Says the podcast. So go ahead out, listen, leave a review, and 5 stars. And while you're here, subscribe to my channel.